It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Needing absolutely no introduction whatsoever. Brasse, Vannie, Kaap, they, well, defined an era. More than just a hip-hop group, they are part of South African culture. They are a cultural, iconic movement, if you will, who gave a voice to the Cape Flats through music. And now their legacy has been immortalized in what sounds like the most amazing, award-winning documentary, Brasse, Vannie, Kaap, which recently won Best Director Documentary at the Berlin Indie Film Festival. And we are very proudly joined by Good Hope FM's Grandmaster Reddy D, no stranger to these streets and a founding member of BBK, and then of course a pioneer of South African hip-hop bar none, and then director herself, Lawrence Scholz, who I think her vision and dedication, fortitude, bravery brought this documentary to life. I think we need a round of applause right about now, maybe a little pew 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 or two. I love it, man. You can see how comfortable he is with cheering crowds. Lauren, maybe not you so much yet. Get used to it, my friend.
Thank you.
Great to see you again, my brother. Great
Likewise,
to see you.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to start with you because as much as this is about an incredible story about some incredible guys,
Absolutely.
you yourself have won Best Director at the Berlin Film Festival. So can you pat yourself on the back for that? And can we say congratulations? How does it feel after you put in this much work and this much emotion to get this kind of validation?
It's very overwhelming, thank you. But before I answer that question, can I just say thank you to the team, because without them there would be no film and therefore no awards. So yeah, to Dee, to Malika, to Azul, the commissioning editor, the crew, my friends and family, like they supported me, and it takes a village, as they say, and my village was really amazing. So I have to say thank you to them. But to get back to your question, I mean, it's just, as a creative, you put yourself out there and it can be quite daunting to say, hey, well, look at this thing that I made. Give me some of your time, your energy, your money, and look at what I made. And so, you know, people always say we don't do it for the awards or the accolades and the applause. And I totally agree with that. But sometimes an acknowledgement like this can really affirm that what you did, what you put out there landed and resonated with people, and that can be really affirming. So.
And I think the world needs more independent voices, more of this kind of social commentary. It needs more heroes to stand up, my friend.
Absolutely.
Is this how old we are, bro? Now our history is actual history here. For you to see this incredible journey that I'm sure you have to revisit every time you touch a vinyl, you go back into that space. How does it feel seeing your story now come to bear in this way?
It's quite incredible though, because you know, as the artist or the producer or the traveling person, you don't really realize how you impact people.
For sure.
And for me, I wasn't ready for the story. I wasn't ready for the journey as well. I resisted it.
Really?
So Lauren and my wife Malika and Azul and all the people she mentioned, they used their persuasive power to bring me to the table, just mentally and emotionally.
Why, my brother? Why?
There's such a lot of things that happened, and also the passing of Mr. Fat. He was a key member of the band as well.
Sure.
So we didn't have closure, and emotionally, I was a wreck in that regard as well. And there was just too much things going on in my head that I still wanted to do and that I wanted to say to him as well. And with all of these things coming together, for me, it was part of a healing process as well, and also thinking about this differently as well, engaging on the response and how people think and feel about what we said and did, and even up until today, that displays a form of relevance as well. That makes me go, Guy, you actually need to shake it off now. You know?
Have you closed that chapter, or will it always be a little bit open? And maybe that's not a bad thing.
There'll always be a little bit, you know, that will hold you back in a certain sense. But I tend to think of it as a way to get myself motivated as well, now that you're a little bit more aware of how the world looks at you. Yeah.
And there's a whole new generation looking now, which is amazing. No pressure. Taking a story that defines not only a generation, a genre of music in an entire country, but it's human beings' lives.
Absolutely.
Laid bare. You talk about vulnerability. How did you approach this? What angle did you come from? Obviously, we are all dying to see this film, and we can see it streaming right now. But for those that haven't seen it, how did you find that emotional connection? Because this goes deep.
It goes very deep, and You know, it really helped that I have a personal connection. It's a familial connection. DJ Azul is my brother-in-law, and I think that also makes it more challenging.
So you had no choice, but this is what we should have said. at the
Yes.
beginning. Yeah, exactly.
But you know, I was really honored that I was trusted to tell the story, and for me, it was about making that intimate connection with everybody that I interviewed and just getting them to open up. I'm sure you can relate to that when you're interviewing people and you get them to feel comfortable
Best part
to
of the
share.
job.
And yeah, that was just really important for me, that I was able to get people to share and facilitate that healing process that you're speaking about. You know.
I don't know why I'm getting all emotional. I'm not even in the story, but it just feels beautiful. What did you enjoy about this? Because I would imagine there would have been some pretty raw and uncomfortable moments. But as you look back now and you see it starting to garner this kind of recognition, what are you most happy, most proud of that came back to you in that film?
I think the thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that we managed to complete it, because it came with tons of challenges. When you look at it, you go, oh, wow, okay, this is the story and whatever, but behind the scenes, the process, when she says daunting, and I mean, I worked
It almost seems impossible, eh?
Correct, because you're working with so many different people, and there's a lot of people that did not want to be a part of it no more, former members. And we opened up the platform for everybody to come on board and tell your story, whether it was a story, whether it was the good, the bad, the ugly. Here's the platform right now. So the fact that we managed to get this thing out, and at a very particular time, for me,
Yes.
that is a very beautiful moment as well. And also there's one of the clips in the scene where Lauren gets me to sit in the studio and open the laptop and press play. And I'm looking at that screen and I'm like, holy Lord, did you guys do this? The way we impacted an international audience. And I was actually telling somebody, this festival attracts something like 72,000 people in Belgium. And we were one of the only groups or bands during that time that was requested to come and perform a second day.
Iconic, I told you, bro. I told you, my
you know,
friend.
it's those types of things, and also all the opinions from all the people that was interviewed, and all the personalities in there as well. You know, from Kuni de Villiers to Youngster CPT, you name it, there's just a whole range of people, and also to get the band members' points of views as well, things that I've never heard before coming out of their mouths. So to hear that and for everything to come together within that documentary, that just blew my mind as well.
I can feel the catharsicism. And the funny thing is, I'm thinking, what is catharsicism in Afrikaans, and how would you work it into a track? Because I know you could do anything. And this team, what you created, for one of the guys that was starting out in TV when you guys hit it big, you gave us a South African hip-hop band. You gave us a jumping off point. But most importantly, you gave a new generation of young artists a true north to follow now. And in this film, I think they're going to get that, which is amazing. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I have a feeling we're going to see more coming out of this creative well. As I said, it is streaming at the moment. Brasse, Vannie, Kaap defined a generation, but they continue, I think, to influence South African hip-hop, global hip-hop. And if you are uneducated, that is where you should start.